Welcome to 5 and 15, where we spotlight the people making an impact in and around Barstow Community College. Today, we are joined by Karen Morales, a proud Barstow Community College alumna, passionate about biology and chemistry. Karen was deeply involved in tutoring and supporting the Teaching Learning Success Center at Barstow Community College, helping fellow students succeed. And I'm going to go off script here for a second and say I also know that Karen, not only was she an amazing student at the college, but also she was a leader and participated in governance at the college. So fond memories of that, Karen. So happy to have you with us. Thank you so much. You've been doing so many things. I appreciate you taking the time to share with us. So I've got my first question for you. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So Karen, can you please tell us about yourself and your academic interests and what brought you to Barstow Community College as the place to begin your higher education?
Thank you, Dr. Rag. I'm just so excited and grateful to be here talking with you today. So it all just means a lot, and Barstow's done so much for me. So I'm just so full of joy and gratefulness. And so for a little bit about me, I was born and raised in Barstow, and so I went to the junior high and to the high school here, and just completely grew up here. And I'm a first generation student, so really the first in my family to go to university or like down this path in general. And at the college, kind of like how you just mentioned, I got my degrees in biology and chemistry. And very proud alumna, I graduated in 2023. And after graduating, I was fortunate enough, like with the support of my counselor, to transfer to UC San Diego on a full-rate scholarship. And there I majored in molecular and cell biology, and I got really involved with research at UCSD. So I did work in a neuroscience research lab for my whole 2 years there. And I had the opportunity to present at things like conferences and like teach other people within my lab too. And so I just graduated from UCSD in June. So
Amazing.
um,
Congratulations.
thank you. And so now for this next year, I'll be working at Johns Hopkins and doing full-time research in a neuroscience lab while I apply to PhD programs and kind of continue down this. So very surreal for me and something that I could have never really imagined for myself. Um, and so for my decision making going to Barstow Community College, I had actually graduated during the pandemic from high school. And I think at that moment, there was just so much uncertainty. And with my own decision making for my future, I was just like at a loss, really. And the community college was in my hometown. And just knowing that I'd have the support of my family and, be able to just stay close to home as I like really navigated that decision was something that was kind of a big thing for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so that was really my kind of biggest factor coming to the college for sure.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh my gosh. So proud of you. I can't even believe what you've done just in 2 years. It seems like yesterday when you were graduating. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is a hard one to do because I just want to, there's so much more I want to hear from you. Anyway, it's a great memories and of your parents walking their little dog on campus. It's so,
Yeah.
it's, I love it. Okay. So we digress, but it's okay. We're getting back on track. Second question, Karen, what inspired you to pursue your chosen program at Barstow Community College? And was there a person, maybe a professor, a mentor, or maybe a family member that sparked your passion for science?
Yeah, so I would definitely say it started at home. I think coming straight out of high school, I like knew I loved science and that was about it. And so I would kind of carry like my interests and all my little stories back home to my parents. And so I would just like talk to my mom at the kitchen table and just like really go on about things. And she would always just give me like her undivided attention. She would just like sit
Mhm.
with me and like ask questions and also like just become totally immersed in it. And I feel like being like supported and validated in that way really like reassured me like in my own mind that it wasn't just like a silly little goal, you know? Like it was something like important and something that I could do.
Yeah.
And so that really led me to continuing with that program at the college.
Yeah.
And then at the college, I met so many amazing professors in my courses. So for biology and chemistry, I was always just met with so much like of like my professors like passion and like love for teaching like their topics and just like interacting in those conversations and seeing how like knowledgeable they were really made me want to like get to that point too and to like
Mhm.
continue to be able to like um kind of similar to how they were impacting me just like wanting to like push that forward too. And so I think the college was just so big to me, like moving forward too, like beyond.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. So, Karen, looking back, I know you've talked a little bit about this already, but is there a particular experience or memory from your time at the college that really stands out for you?
Yeah, so kind of like with how just all of my experiences with my professors were just everything to me. I think something like a particular experience that was most impactful to me was like my time in one of my courses. So this is organic chemistry. And I remember just completely feeling so defeated and just like feeling like nothing about it, like going in straight away, feeling like nothing about it was like natural to me, you know?
Mhm.
And it was something that I had to dedicate like a lot of hours and a lot of effort to. And I feel like from that class, just being like challenged to that level and really having to like push myself to think about every single question that I could just to like understand things
Mm.
was something that was like a major form of like practice for me and
Wow.
something like unfamiliar to me, I feel.
Uh-huh.
And I think like also just like with like the type of path that I'm wanting to pursue and feeling like I'm kind of coming from a background that's like underrepresented in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the beginning I had like a lot of mental barriers with like feeling like maybe I'm just like not fit for, like taking on these types of topics. Like I just don't have natural intelligence. And that
Oh,
was just super hard in the beginning for me. But I feel like those experiences in that course with my professor, and shout out Dr. Nalbandian, was really
yes.
really significant to me. And he really pushed me to like just kind of go deeper into how I thought about things and to just use like my curiosity and like my willingness to like really dive into things to just get through any
Yeah.
struggles.
Wow.
Um,
That's
yeah.
an amazing response, Karen. And you kind of crystallized it when you said curiosity, like as a practice. I think that's really a good way for students to think about, to get to that place. And what a joyful thing, right?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my gosh. Wonderful, wonderful response. Next question. 5 and 15, right? We could go on all day. I love this. But number four, how did support from Barstow College Foundation make a difference in your ability to focus on your education and even pursue research opportunities?
Mhm. Yeah, so as I was transferring, I was fortunate enough to receive a scholarship from the foundation. And I feel like just having like less of a financial burden as I was like choosing schools was something that was so major to me.
Yeah.
And so I feel like kind of how they continue to do that for other students is like amazing and just something that's huge for the success of people wanting to do these types of things.
Yeah, that's great. I'm sure the foundation will appreciate having heard that from you.
Mhm.
So, Karen, you're heading to Johns Hopkins University. I can't tell you how excited we were and proud to hear that that's happening. Tell us more about that. What kind of research or work do you hope you'll do there and what you think it's going to lead to?
So at Johns Hopkins and kind of beyond, I'm wanting to just like continue with researching like different molecular mechanisms about like things like neurodegenerative disease or like neurological disorders, and just really being able to kind of like really dive into things that are still like uncertain. And I'm really hoping to be involved in research that like contributes to like the development of like different therapeutics or treatment to kind of help with those things.
So, so Karen, finally, what advice would you give to young people in Barstow who may feel like big opportunities are out of reach for them? So in other words, how can they follow a path like yours?
I feel like a really big thing for me throughout all of this has been kind of being able to like seek out like community and people that like inspire me. And so like at the college specifically, it was like my professors and it was like my counselor. But it's also important to like seek out other forms of like representation and people that inspire you in like the field that you're wanting to continue down on. I think I kind of went into college like straight out of high school thinking that I like had to figure everything out on like on my own and just like independently do things and just that's how it had to be. But I think immediately I realized that it's not that way. It shouldn't be that way.
Mhm.
Um, and so, you know, it's important to do the research and to be motivated, but it's also important to like to have people to turn to throughout all of it. And so I think especially like the college does an amazing job of providing people that you can turn to. Um, just like all of my experiences with the faculty or staff that I've like personally talked to during times of being lost and just like not knowing what to do, I feel like they've always like um just like unconditionally done everything that they could. Like they just sit down with you really and they want to figure out things to help you succeed. And so I feel like beginning at the college especially, just really doing what you can to put yourself out there and kind of meet with those people that will help you along the way is something that I would give advice on for kind of seeking big things.
Excellent advice, Karen. Thank you so much. And you have really left a mark on this college. It's great to hear how people have helped you, but look at you and where you're going. And we're going to continue to watch your successes. I mean, I genuinely say you're going to go out there. Who knows what you're going to discover to help people. And we're just so proud of you and thankful. And I feel like the future is in really good hands with young people like you. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for swinging in and saying hello and telling us what you're doing. And please stay in touch.
Of course.
Love to hear about everything that comes next for you. So thank you so much. So I wish we had more time. I'll tell you, I have to say it's a wrap on this edition of 5 and 15. Thank you, Karen, from the bottom of my heart for sharing your story and your um, basically just inspiring us all with your dedication, your achievements. Everybody, to learn more about what's happening at Barstow Community College and across the region, visit our college website and follow along on social media. See you next time. And Karen, go well, my friend, and continue doing great things.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bag.
Take care.